Welcome all. Welcome to another session of MCN 201 Sustainable Engineering Module 2 Lecture 1. Myself Rahul NR, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Srinarayana Institute of Technology, Adur. In this module, we are going to study about the pollutions and type of pollution. In the type of pollutions, we are going to study detail about the air pollution, effects of air pollutions, and water pollution sources, sustainable water, wastewater water treatment. After that, we are going to deal with the solid waste. What are the sources of solid waste, impact of solid waste, zero waste concept, 3R concept of solid waste and all. Then we will look into the global environmental issues like resource degradation, climate change, global warming, ozone layer depletions. After that, we will study about carbon credits, carbon tradings, carbon footprintings and all. Last, we will look into the legal provisions for the environmental protections. What do you mean by pollution? Pollution is defined as an undesirable change in the physical, chemical and biological characteristics of air, water and soil that will affect the living organism. It is an undesirable changes occurring in the environmental which will affect the properties of air, water and soil that will causes living organism badly. Okay, pollutants are the substances that affect the undesirable changes in the environment. It is an agent or substances. Pollutant means an agent or substance that will affect the undesirable changes in the property of air, water or soil that may affect the living organism on environment. Okay, what are the types of pollutions? First one is air pollution. Air pollution means it is contaminating the natural air by mixing the air with different pollutants such as chemicals, harmful foams, etc. Next one is water pollution. Water pollution is the act of contaminating water bodies by any chemicals, particulates or bacterial matters that degrades the quality of water and purity of water. Next one is land pollution. Land pollution refers to the degradation or deterioration of the surface of earth. It mainly causes directly or indirect activities of human beings. Fourth one is soil pollution. Soil pollution means contamination or reduction of topmost layer of soil or land. The soil pollution is also caused of land pollution which affect the land as well as other entities like productivity of the soil, forest regions, etc. Fifth one is noise pollution. Noise pollution refers to the presence of noise level which exceeds the level which we record or that will disturb or irritate or annoys the living beings. This one is thermal pollution. Thermal pollution refers to the harmful release of heat liquids into the body of water or heat released into the air as a waste product of any undesired activities. A common cause of thermal pollution is the use of water as a coolant by power plants and industry manufacturers. Seventh is radioactive pollution can be defined as the release of radioactive substances or high energy particles into the air, water or earth as a result of human activities either by accident or design. Next is Light pollution, it is the excess or impropriety, artificial lights or overuse of lights which will causes the environmental pollutions. Next is visual pollution. Unwanted sights that mentally or physically affect the community or create any health hazards are known as visual pollutions. Space pollution. Space pollution refers to gathering satellites around the orbit of Earth, made up of discards, rocket boosters, broken satellites, and more. It's just like other type of pollution. Space pollution is cause of increasing concerns as the amount of materials continues to grow. Space pollution, simply we can tell it, the space pollutions are refers to the gathering of waste from the satellites or rockets in the space. Uh, we are looking about the air pollution. As we all know that air is an elementary source of life. Air pollution can be traced by prehistoric times when human beings moved to temperate climates and it became necessary to construct shelters and use fire inside them for cooking, warmth and lights. Air pollution means different to different peoples. It may vary from peoples to peoples, regions to regions. We can define the air pollutions in different ways. Atmosphere envelope of gas around a planet that is held in a space by gravity of that place. When harmful concentration of various constituents in the clean air called background concentrations occurs or may exceeds, it may lead to pollutions. When harmful materials mix with clean air or mix with natural air, the property of the air will change, which will uh, leads to leads to affect the life of organism on environment. That means air pollutions. The substances that causes the air pollutions, we can call it as pollutants or air pollutants. So atmosphere has different layers. The earth atmosphere is a thin gas enveloped encircling our environmental which constitute of air or gas, dust or solid and water particles called liquid. The earth radius is approximately 64,000 kilometers and atmosphere thickness is approximately 100 kilometers. The mixture of gas today looks around 4,500 million years to envelop. Our environmental is a distinct from other planetary atmospheres, which make it possible for living organisms to breathe on this environment. In general, air pollution is excessive concentration of foreign matters in the air which adversely affect the living organism individually or causes damage to the properties. We know that the atmosphere consists of 5 layers. In the 5 layers, first one, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. Troposphere is about 6 to 20 kilometers and stratosphere is about 20 to 40 kilometers. Mesosphere is about 60 to 85 kilometers. Thermosphere is between 200 to 400 or 200 to 690 kilometers and atmosphere is 1000 kilometers, 10,000 kilometers. So these are the layers of atmosphere, and uh, there are certain organisms that can exist in these layers and in these 5 layers, and the variations. The atmosphere is a thickest near the ground surface and thin out with the height until it evenly merges with the space atmosphere. Definition of air pollution. Air pollution is defined as the presence of any foreign matters such as any solid, liquid or gaseous substances present in the atmosphere in such a concentration that may or tend to be injurious to human beings or other living creatures or plants or property or enjoyment. Okay, we can define the air pollution as the presence of foreign matters in the abundant atmosphere, generally resulting from the activities of human beings in sufficient concentrations, present for a sufficient time and under certain circumstances, which interferes significantly with the comfort, environment, health and welfare of persons, or with the full use or enjoyment of properties. As per the World Health Organization data, around 2.4 million people die annually from the cause directly attributed to the air pollution, out of which 6.2 lakh people are Indians. According to the survey of World Health Organization, about 2.4 million people are affected by the air pollution every year, directly by the air pollution in every year. In that, about 6.4 lakh peoples are Indians, are from India. Coming to the sources of air pollution. The source of air pollution may be defined as two terms, natural as well as anthropogeneous, that means man-made, and their impact has local, regional and global impacts or implications. Mixing or disappear of the atmosphere pollutants causes mainly due to the convection and turbulence in the air. Industries and vehicles are the main contributors to the air pollutions. Industries and vehicles are the main contributors of air pollutions. Mixing the atmosphere pollutants may cause turbulence in air as well as convection in air. Some of the causes of air pollution are listed below. First one is motor vehicle exhaust, power stations, demolition of buildings, road constructions, industries, volcanic eruptions, forest fires. These are the certain causes of air pollution. First one is motor vehicles, exhaust from motor vehicles, exhaust from power stations. When we are destructing a building, it will cause also air pollution, road constructions, industries, volcanic eruptions, forest fires. This may causes the air pollutions. Okay, type of air pollutions. Type of air pollution can be classified into three. First one, type of source. It may be natural and man-made. Second one is number and spatial distribution. We can source of air pollution can be considered in the terms of number and spatial distribution. Stationary source, point source is there. Fugitive source is there. Area source is there. Mobile source, that is moving source, line source. And third one is type of emissions. particulate or gaseous. How the air pollutions are emitted. In that type, we can also classify the air pollution or sources maybe in these three ways. Based on the type of source, there are two types, natural and man-made. Natural means dust, pollen grains, volcanic eruptions, forest fires, bacterial and other microorganisms. Man-made means industrial unit, thermal power plants, automobile exhaust, fossil fuel burning, nuclear explosion and all. Based on the number and spatial distribution, stationary sources, point sources, it will be at on a particular point or a particular area, and future resources, area resources. Area resources means it will act on a particular area. Future means it is like same, a particular future it's there, it will act on that one. Mobile source means it will be line source. That means it will emit the pollutions through air. It will coming out exhaust from the vehicles. Pollutions may occur. Based on the type of emissions, it is classified into particulates and gaseous. Particulates means combustion of fuels, cement, manufacturing, waste disposal and all. Gaseous means decomposition of organic matters, coal combustion of oil or natural gases, processing and using of petroleum. These are the two types according to the type of emissions. Coming to the type of air pollutions are mainly classified into two, that is natural and man-made or anthropogenic. Okay, there are certain other type of air pollutions such as outdoor and indoor air pollution, primary and secondary air pollution caused by hazard air pollutants, particulate materials and gaseous air pollutions, air pollution caused by volatile organic compound VOC. These are the other type of air pollution other than natural and man-made air pollutions. First is natural air pollution. Natural air pollutions are occurs due to the emissions such as volcanic activities produce smoke, ashes, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. It will lead to air pollutions. Second is dust. Wind blows dust from areas with little or no vegetation such as desert areas. Forest fires created by natural causes resulted in the formation and release of smoke, ashes, dust, carbon dioxide, natural oxides, etc. Wetlands. Biological actions in wetlands resulted in the significant amount of methane being formed and released into the atmosphere. Okay, these are the certain clip cards of natural air pollutions. First one is volcanic, second one is dust, third one is forest fires, and fourth one is wetland. These are the cartoonic representation of air pollution. Anthropogenic or man-made sources, man-made air pollutions. These are the most related to burning of multi-type of fuels. Stationary sources include smoke stacks of power plants, manufacturing facilities, factories, waste inhibitors as well as furnace. Other type of fuel burning heating devices. Second is mobile sources included motor vehicles, marine vessels and aircraft. Chemicals, dust and controlled burn practices in agriculture and forest management. These are the activities by human beings which will lead to air pollutions. Fumes from paint, air spray, varnish, air loss space and other. Sorry, the smell from paints will causes the air pollution. Waste disposition in landfills which generate methane. Military resources such as nuclear weapons, toxic gas, germs warfare and rocketries. These are the cartoonic representation of man-made air pollutions. Next is outdoor and indoor air pollutions. Outdoor means primarily due to the automobile exhaust and industry emissions. Indoor means pollutants released by indoor activities such as smoking, cooking and painting, etc. Outdoor and indoor air pollution representation. Outdoor means smoke from industries, and smoke from a home is also considered through chimneys. Exhaust from vehicles. Coming to indoor, due to paint, carpentry, cleaning, fireplaces, gas range, stoves, etc. Pesticides, cleaners, glues, carbon monoxide, heating, etc. will causes the indoor air pollution. Third one is primary and secondary air pollution. Primary air pollutants means harmful substances that are emitted directly into the atmosphere and they exist in the same form in which they are emitted, like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. Secondary air pollutants are the harmful substances formed in the atmosphere by the interaction of two or more primary air pollutant, or when a primary air pollutant reacts with the other elements in the atmosphere in the presence of or absence of sunlight, like ground level ozone, pan, photochemical smoke, etc. Okay. This is the pictorial representation of air pollutions. Primary air pollutant and secondary air pollutant. Carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxides are the primary pollutants. Secondary pollutants are the interactions of these primary pollutants or two or more primary pollutants or primary pollutant with the elements in the atmosphere. Fourth one is air pollutant caused by hazard air pollutants. Hazard air pollutants are toxics that causes serious health effects such as cancer, birth defects, nervous system issues, etc. Examples are heavy metals, asbestos, paints, plastics, etc. causes burning of these materials which causes to cancers, birth defects, etc. Fifth is particulate matters and gaseous air pollution. We discussed earlier itself. Particulate matters consist of materials like dust, smoke and soot. Size is very important to the behavior of particulates in the atmosphere and human body. The size of particulate materials are defined in the right side. Less than 10 mm trapped in the nose itself. 5 to 10 mm removed by the physical process in the throat. Less than 5 mm reaches the bronchial tubes. 0.5 or less deepest portion of the lungs, very dangerous. Gaseous pollutants. The major pollutants included sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, as well as ground level ozones. Each of the pollutants in their gaseous forms can cause harmful to human health and environment. Air pollution caused by volatile organic compounds. Volatile organic compounds are defined as the organic compounds which easily evaporates at room temperatures and enters the atmosphere. Some of the common examples included benzene, ethyl glycol, paints, HCls, acetons, etc. Okay. Next is the effect of air pollution. Air pollution is a major environmental problem that affects all living organisms or all living beings. Effect of air pollution on health. That is first one. Effect of air pollution on plants and animals. Effects on materials and properties. Last one, effects on environment. First is the effect of human health. The effect of air pollution on human health generally occurs as a result of the contact between the pollutant and the body. Health depends on the concentration of contaminated present, time of exposure to the contaminant, and the person's valuable time that spends on the environment. Some of the common health effects are listed below, like ear, throat, nose irritations, increasing the mortality rate. Carbon dioxide readily combines with the hemoglobin in the blood, thus replacing the oxygen from the blood. Irritations in the respiratory tracts, etc. These are the certain common health problems occurring in the human beings or human health due to the effect of air pollution. Effect on plant. Some of the common effects on plants are suppressed growth and premature aging in the plant, causes leaf bleaching with result in the corals, premature of falling of leaves causes dead spots on the leaf surface. Effects on animals and birds. Some of the common effects on animals and birds due to the air pollutants are given. Effect suppress the growth and prematures in the animals, causes asthma and other respiratory problems in animals. Acid depositions causes aquatic life damage. Migration of seasonal birds are hampered due to the severe air pollutions. These are the certain effects on animals. And next is effects on materials and properties. Acid depositions can corrode materials, eat away stones on the statues and momentums, discolor the buildings, cloth fabrications, reduce visibility due to the smoke formation. Fluorine causes itching of glasses or windows, etc. Accelerate aging of rubbers, causes quickly cracking of rubbers. Power leakage from high voltage electrical cables due to the deposition of particles which are good contacts of electricity. Next is effect on environment. Effect of environmental causes acid rain, ozone depletion, global warming, climate changes, weather modifications. These are the causes which are occurring on environment due to the air pollutions. Control measures to reduce air pollutions. Some of the control or remedial measures to reduce air pollutions as an effective control strategies are described here. Determine the priority of air pollutant based on the health effects and the severity of the air quality problems. Build tall stacks or chimneys. Promotion of public transport, cycling or walking for local travel. Stop existing ideals of vehicles. Private vehicles. Use of private vehicles should be controlled. Incorporate the control measures into a plan with implementation dates. Improve the infrastructures on public transport as greenhouse gas emission reduction measures. Involve the public in quality air management activities as a part of strategy development programs. Afforestation program, periodical air quality monitoring, reduction in the use of conventional fuels, promotion of use of renewable energy resources, use of diesel particulate filters in vehicles exhaust system, prevent the formation of air pollutant, catalyst converters are to be provided to automobile exhaust, adoption of low sulfur fuels, use of electrostatic preservators, fabric filters and scrubbers, use of absorption techniques to remove gaseous pollutants. Hence, to protect and manage the precious resource of air for our as well as the future generation. Effective monitoring of air quality is essential component of any air quality management plan. The UN has introduced certain quality index, national quality index for air. That means National Air Quality Index for the improvement of air quality and create general awareness of air pollution among the peoples. India is taking steps in the right direction for the improvement of quality to acquiring clean air without compromising the development in achieving sustainable and achievable milestones in the field of quality development in air pollutions or controlling the air pollution.